10 fashion trends that are going viral on the internet right now. Number 1 is Gingham or Vichy. Those who have been following the channel for a while know that gingham, during the summer seasons, is a very sweet, very delicate, feminine print. It really resembles that picnic tablecloth vibe, right? I know that some people like it, others don't. But the most interesting thing is that it brings freshness and youthfulness. This checkered pattern can come a little smaller or a little larger, so there will be some variation, okay? It won't always be the same size. Usually, it's medium to small, more classic and delicate. It's often used in dresses and blouses, but it has also appeared in recent seasons in skirts, especially those layered ruffle skirts. It also shows up a lot in matching sets, where it brings a very fun and creative vibe, which I highly encourage for those looking for a more laid-back look. You know that look for going to the mall, walking in the park, maybe even going to the beach or to a more tropical region? That soft, fun look? Then this type of checkered pattern will match those occasions perfectly. Guys, we have all the color options, okay? When we talk about gingham, there's always black, red, yellow, blue, green, orange. So you'll find all the colors. If you want my recommendations, I think red is a classic, so you can always go for red as an excellent color for this type of print. Of course, you can also go for other classic colors like blue, yellow, or even the traditional black and white, okay? But personally, I still have a soft spot for red and white. I think it matches really well and truly brings that romantic picnic touch, almost like you're going to a park or garden, you know? I think it looks amazing. You can go for lightweight fabrics like cotton and linen, but most likely, the majority of the pieces you'll find will be made of polyester. So don't be upset. It's usually easier to find this type of piece in polyester, which isn't as comfortable, not the best fabric choice, but it's a functional one, especially if you want the print to last longer, since polyester, unfortunately, or fortunately, is more durable. No doubt, it's the kind of fabric that adds a lot of lightness to your look. So if you're looking for a feminine look, but the effortless kind, that truly youthful look, I definitely tell you to go for this print and take advantage of the fact that it's trending, as it has been in recent years. So, you may already have a piece like this in your wardrobe. If you want to mix it with other pieces you already own, and you already have those strappy flat sandals and a good straw bag, you're ready. If you already have these items in your closet, know that they match perfectly. These checkered pieces pair well with more relaxed items. So, if your wardrobe is very elegant and sophisticated, maybe it's not for you. But if your wardrobe is more casual, laid back, fun, then you can go for it without fear. Who would have thought, right? That you could use a print to achieve such a fresh, youthful look so easily? Number 2 is work jackets. This type of piece was something I had never really paid attention to, and recently, it's becoming a very strong trend. This item comes from that utility trend. Those who follow the channel know that I've been mentioning how utility wear is growing. It's no coincidence. We want to buy clothes, but we also want them to be practical and functional for everyday life. There's no point in buying something you'll wear only 2 or 3 times and then it wears out, no matter how beautiful it is, right? No one wants to throw money away. So we need to invest in good pieces. These jackets have that utility touch and are quite resistant. They usually come with large pockets. They're more structured pieces that you'll find in a more cargo style. They work really well for a casual style, especially for those who enjoy outdoor activities, especially camping. So they really give off that vibe. The colors are no surprise: beige, khaki, olive green. But that doesn't mean you can't find one in other colors or even dye one yourself. You can buy a white jacket and dye it the color you want. That way, you'll get the result that matches your wardrobe. You'll usually find these pieces in twill or a thicker cotton, which I think is great. Twill has become my favorite fabric because it's strong and rigid. It's that kind of fabric that's hard to pull a thread from or damage. So, it's more durable. I'm in a phase where I'm valuing more durable pieces, and for sure, this fabric is something that, once you start wearing, you'll love, because it lasts a long time. The thicker cotton will work too, so you can choose between one or the other. It's a larger, more structured piece, so maybe it won't look as good on very petite people. Shorter individuals need to be careful with sizing, okay, folks? Otherwise, it becomes one of those pieces that swallows you up. Especially if you buy it from the men's section, it'll be easier to find there than in the women's. So, be careful. I recommend going to the store and trying it on. It looks great with jeans. You can also play around by mixing it with other tailored pieces, but I think it's interesting to balance it with more feminine items, like a pair of pumps, you know? That way, you create a different vibe, a mix between masculine and feminine. Boots too, especially pointed-toe boots look stunning. But if you're on team cargo pants and combat boots, like me, you can also go for them without fear, because they'll naturally match your style. Who would have thought, right? That such a practical and utilitarian piece would be going viral in 2025? Number 3 is drawstring jeans. These jeans are really interesting, another trend that's gaining a lot of momentum, and it's a brand new trend. It's been a while since this type of jeans was in fashion. They're a bit lighter and have that pajama-like vibe, so they're usually made of softer fabric with a more fluid and smooth fit. They're not tight on the body. So, if you see a skinny jeans version with this lace-up detail, it's not the best choice. The idea here is looser jeans. So, wide leg or straight cut fits are the main styles you'll see. They also usually come in lighter or medium washes. That doesn't mean you won't find darker ones, but because of the soft, pajama-inspired look, lighter or medium tones work better. That said, if you want to wear black lace-up jeans, go ahead, they'll still look good. It might just be a bit harder to find. But as I always say here, if you can't find it, make it or ask a seamstress or someone who works with dyeing to make it for you. That way, you get the piece just the way you want, because personal style is always the most important thing. These jeans can be worn in different ways, since you can wear them both high-waisted and low-waisted. Depending on how you wear them, you can highlight different features. Wearing them high-waisted helps define your waist, while wearing them lower creates that fuller hip effect when your upper body looks slimmer and your hips look wider. It's more of a street-style, casual look. It really depends on your taste. Personally, I love high-waisted pieces, but I think this one would look super cute worn low-waisted. Of course, not everyone feels comfortable with that, so just choose what works best for you. I think they pair really well with crop tops and also look great with a white button-up shirt as a third layer. You can wear it over a tank top and throw the shirt on top as a light layer, and you've got a super relaxed look. It does give off a comfy vibe, almost like pajamas. So, if your style leans more toward comfort and softness, I think this trend will suit you really well. Number 4 is shirt dresses, also known as chemises. This is a classic that's come back in full force, and I'm sure you love this kind of dress. It comes and goes in fashion. In fact, it had been a bit forgotten recently. I don't know if you remember, but it's been a while since I strongly talked about shirt dresses here on the channel. For 2025 fashion, it will be worn with a tied belt, okay? That's to bring in more waist definition and highlight the silhouette, but that doesn't mean you can't wear it without the belt. If you don't like anything tight or cinched, don't worry. What I find interesting is that it's a very traditional, classic piece but not exactly a youthful one. So, if you want to look more youthful or playful, this isn't the piece I'd recommend. It's classic, traditional, comfortable, but it doesn't give off that younger vibe. Usually, it comes with buttons and pockets, really mimicking a shirt. So it works really well for those who already like to wear tailoring because it won't feel out of place. I recommend investing in colors you already love to wear, preferably neutral tones. What do I mean? Instead of going for something like yellow, I'd suggest choosing black, brown, burgundy, navy blue, or gray. It's a piece that fits well with that shirt aesthetic, so it works better with these neutral tones. Of course, that doesn't mean you can't go for bolder colors, but if you've never worn this type of dress before, neutrals are your best bet. They'll give you more visual comfort, you won't feel strange wearing them. Since it's a dress, it naturally tends to elongate your figure. And if you mark the waist, It also gives you that corset-style effect, which I know many of you love. It's a piece that brings lightness along with elegance, but the kind of elegance that's soft and casual. The type that comes naturally, where you don't need to do much to look put together. I think it pairs beautifully with thicker belts, which are very trendy right now. You can confidently invest in that combo. And it also looks amazing with strappy sandals and oversized bags, because everything flows together and creates a perfect look. If you want to pair it with a straw hat on sunnier days, it also looks fantastic, okay? Without a doubt, it's a piece that every woman should have in her wardrobe. It's practical, elegant, casual all at once. So if you're looking for a piece that gives you that traditional feel, but is easy to wear day to day and doesn't look overly luxurious or rich, then I absolutely recommend the shirt dress or chemise. Number 5 is shell print pieces. We're seeing a lot of pieces now, dresses, skirts, blouses that feature shell prints. What I find interesting is that it evokes freshness and a tropical vibe. I think it goes really well with warmer coastal regions. For example, I live in Rio de Janeiro, so naturally, this kind of print fits the environment where I live. If you live in a coastal area, this will probably make a lot of sense for you. These are relaxed, lightweight, soft pieces. So always keep in mind, this isn't the type of piece that makes a huge impact. It's not like a dark floral, for example. It's something more delicate and gentle, you know? It's the kind of look I imagine for a millionaire living in a penthouse by the sea. That's the vibe. That's the idea, girls. When it comes to the prints, there will be variety, okay? All kinds of shells will be featured, along with pearls and other nautical elements that were already trending. If you remember, we came from a sailor trend, so nautical elements were already showing up. You can invest in soft tones like blue, sand, pearl, and gold, all those shades that reference the sea and the natural colors of shells. They'll match beautifully and work really well with this trend. As for fabrics, you can go for silk and satin to bring more softness and movement, as well as viscose and cotton, which are classic choices. I think a viscose dress with this print works perfectly, giving you the right amount of lightness and movement to reflect that coastal breeze. The whole idea is to convey a sea breeze feeling. So keep in mind, the piece should reflect that mood light, airy, and fresh. Avoid mixing it with heavier elements like metallics, too much black, or dark navy blue. Not that you won't find beautiful pieces in those tones, but softer shades are easier to style and really capture that beachy vibe. I recommend wearing this style if you want to brighten your face, bring movement, and add a mermaid touch to your wardrobe. It pairs perfectly with strappy sandals, girls, and also with accessories that reflect the sea theme: pearl earrings, pearl necklaces, pearl bracelets. All of that goes beautifully with this kind of print and creates that luxury resort look. Did you already know this mermaid rich girl print is trending in 2025? Tell me, do you enjoy following trends? Or do you prefer sticking to your own personal style? I must admit, I love my personal style, but I think playing with trends is really fun too, right? You can treat it almost like a hobby. But of course, that doesn't mean you need to buy everything, okay? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And of course, you help me a lot by typing today's magic words: viral trends. I count on your comment to keep bringing you videos every day here on the channel. Number 6 is butter yellow. This color is absolutely beautiful, the kind that melts the heart of fashion lovers. It's creative. It's sunny. It's soft. It has been showing up a lot lately, girls, and is currently being called the color of the moment. So right now, what we're seeing is butter yellow. You can wear it in dresses, blouses, skirts, and even in bags and shoes, which I consider a very smart and practical way to add this color to your wardrobe, without having to invest in large or flashy items. Not sure if it'll look good on you? Start with accessories, a bag, a shoe. Then if you like it, go for larger pieces later: a blouse, a skirt, pants, and eventually, dresses. Unless you're walking down the street and see a stunning butter yellow dress in a store window that catches your eye. In that case, if you love it, go straight for it. No problem at all. As for fabrics, I think this color looks great in cotton, viscose, linen. Crepe is also a great choice, really, any fabric in this shade. Butter yellow is a very light yellow, okay girls? So naturally, it has a sunnier, warmer vibe. It's not that ultra luxurious tone like, say, a black and gold combo. It's a sweeter, more delicate pairing. I think it falls into that family of food-inspired tones. Like, when we think of chocolate mousse, something almost multi-sensory. Butter yellow has that same vibe. Soft and sensory. It was already trending at the beginning of this year. I even mentioned it, but it didn't blow up quite as much as I thought it would. Now it's back, full force, with a strong presence in fashion. It can be combined with many other colors: navy blue, gray, white for that elegant and sophisticated look. You can match it with almost anything. Even burgundy, which is trending right now, works well with butter yellow. It pairs beautifully with gold even more than silver. So if you already love gold tones, I totally recommend going for butter yellow. It also looks amazing with pearl tones. So if you wear a lot of pearls, if you like pearly or satin finishes, you can go for it with confidence. It's also not a very common color, so if you're thinking of wearing it to a graduation or formal event, it will naturally make you stand out since most people go for red or black. If you show up in butter yellow, you're sure to turn heads. Yellow is a color that, year after year, keeps popping up in top designer collections, especially from brands that show at fashion weeks. But I never thought it would become that kind of trend that really catches on. But now, with butter yellow, I think it's going to become more popular. At the moment, it's going viral online. But as always, it might take a little while before it fully reaches us consumers. And once it does, we'll know for sure that this trend has taken off. Number 7 is statement skirts. This type of skirt is unique and eye-catching. These are skirts designed to stand out. They often feature ruffles, extra volume, pleats, shine. These are pieces meant to make an impact. They're not items I recommend for someone building a super elegant, traditional, classic, minimalist wardrobe. Why? Because you'll end up buying the skirt and having nowhere to wear it. So, I'd say they're more suitable for a creative, fashion-forward audience who's not afraid to wear bold, standout pieces. That doesn't mean that, among the images I'm showing, you won't find one or two that suit your style. Quite the opposite. You probably already saw one or two that you thought were beautiful. I myself once saw a bubble skirt that I fell in love with. It was very elegant and beautiful, long and in cream tones. And look, I'm not even that into this style, but I loved it. So, it really depends on where you're going to wear it and how you style it, okay? These pieces often come in bold colors, strong prints, and may feature embellishments or sheer fabrics. They'll be the main focus of your outfit. And because they are the focal point, if your goal is to highlight your face in a look, it's not worth wearing this type of skirt. Your entire outfit will draw attention to that one piece. That's why I recommend keeping the rest of your look simpler and more casual. Avoid making everything ultra creative and maximalist unless that's your style. When styling it, I think it looks great with a simple blouse, a high bun, and statement earrings. That combo works all the time. But what about you? Are you going to give this type of skirt a try or skip it because it's not really your vibe? Number 8 is cropped jackets. Cropped jackets, ladies, are coming in all styles, okay? You'll find cropped sporty jackets, cropped bomber jackets, even cropped blazers. So there's a wide variety of options you can try. The biggest difference, I'd say, is the length, because some people don't really get along with cropped styles. Personally, I love them. I think they're super cute, super charming. But I recommend you try one on, because it's a shorter piece and depending on your body type, it can cut your silhouette, make you look shorter, or even a bit wider. I know not everyone feels confident in that, so, in my humble opinion, it's better to go to a store and try one on rather than just imagining how it would look at home, because what if you don't like it? As for colors, since a jacket is a piece you'll wear over other items, I recommend neutrals and modern neutrals. That means black, navy blue, white, off-white, and the newer neutrals brown, gray, and burgundy. This way, you'll be able to mix and match easily with other clothes in your closet, and it won't be one of those forgotten pieces buried in the back of your wardrobe. Because, honestly, the worst is loving a piece, thinking it's beautiful, and then realizing it doesn't go with anything else you own. We don't buy clothes to let them sit in the closet, right, girls? We buy to wear them, that's the point. I think crop jackets have a fresh, updated look, so they bring some youthfulness. Like it or not, they draw attention to the waist. So, if you don't want to highlight that area, it might be better to go for a longer jacket or blazer. It's a piece that modernizes your look, so if you're going for something more youthful and relaxed, this is definitely worth the investment. I think it looks stunning with high-waisted pants because it creates that very clean effect the jacket ends exactly where the pants begin. I think that's a beautiful silhouette, very elegant and well put together. But that doesn't mean you can't wear it with a dress or other pieces. I just think high-waisted pants are the best match. And if you already wear those regularly, then great, it'll fit right into your wardrobe. So tell me, do you already have crop jackets, or do you prefer longer ones? I want to know your opinion. You know you take part in this channel by commenting and sharing your thoughts, and your feedback influences other viewers too. And if you're enjoying this video, you'll love all the other videos I post here. Because here, there's a new video every day, always talking about fashion, trends, and beauty. So don't miss out, subscribe, and hit the bell so YouTube lets you know whenever there's a new video. Already subscribed? Then let's keep going with the video. Number 9 is leopard print. This timeless print is trending right now. It brings a bold flair, and because it never really goes out of style, it's something you can always invest in without fear. You can start incorporating it through accessories like a bag, shoes, or even a piece of jewelry or semi-jewelry. But right now, what we're seeing are larger pieces. So you'll see a lot of skirts, pants, and dresses in leopard print. This pattern usually pairs well with earthy tones. It goes great with brown, black, caramel, those slightly darker, warmer shades. But that doesn't mean you won't find a version that's a bit grayer or lighter. It really depends on where you find the item. In general, though, it pairs well with gold and with warm-toned palettes. So for example, if you're an autumn or spring type, it's going to look amazing on you. It's a print that works great with silk and cotton and looks beautiful with denim. I recently showed you here on the channel some leopard print jeans that I thought were super creative and stylish. But again, it's a bold print. That means not everyone will feel comfortable wearing it. It's important to remember that pieces that go viral online often start out looking really daring and artistic, but by the time they hit stores, they've been adapted for everyday wear. So it's unlikely you'll find something too over the top, especially in mainstream stores. But that doesn't mean it's impossible. And if your style is more creative, then you're the perfect person to go for it without hesitation. It's a print that naturally conveys power, it's bold and commanding, and yes, it draws attention. Besides that, it gives off a sense of confidence. So, you need to carry yourself well when wearing it. You can't wear leopard print and then shrink into yourself, being shy or trying not to be noticed. If you wear it, you have to own it. It's also a more sensual pattern. So, if your style is very conservative, I wouldn't recommend it. But if your style is bolder, more creative, and leans toward the sensual, then it will match you perfectly. If you've never worn it before, I'd say start small: a scarf, a pair of shoes, then move on to a handbag. If you like it, try something bigger for the bottom half, like a skirt or pants. And when you're ready to make a statement, go for a dress, because the dress covers your whole body and makes a real impact. Of course, not everyone is ready for a full-on leopard print dress. Some people might think, wow, this is too much for me. So start small and gradually move toward bigger and more eye-catching pieces closer to the face. Do you already have any leopard print pieces in your wardrobe? Right now, my wardrobe leans more toward cooler tones. So I have other prints like zebra, which fits my closet better. I also have snake print, which works with my wardrobe. But I must admit, I'm really tempted to invest in a leopard print piece, especially leopard print jeans. Tell me your thoughts in the comments. Number 10 is scarves and scrunchies. These are two accessories that can be used to add charm and that special touch. They give off a very European Italian vibe, don't they? Scarves can be tied in many ways, in your hair, on your bag, around your neck like a belt, or even laid open across your hair to protect from the sun. Honestly, scarves are incredibly versatile. Scrunchies, on the other hand, bring a younger, more creative feel. You can wear them in your hair or even around your wrist like a bracelet. They have that fun 90s energy, very playful. So, I think they're great for those with a youthful, creative style. One cool thing about scrunchies is that there's a lot of variety. You can go for more creative, printed versions in materials like lace, or you can opt for more elegant and sophisticated styles. I really love those oversized ones made of satin. They look so elegant, so chic. Some of them are even just decorative, not actually holding the hair, just placed over another clip for a polished finish. It looks beautiful. I've even seen brides wearing this kind of accessory, just to show how elegant they can be. As for scarves, they're usually made of satin, but there are also cotton bandanas which are totally in style right now and work beautifully too. So I'm including those here as well. The biggest benefit of these items is that they're not just decorative, they're also practical. We're in a moment where accessories don't just look cute, they serve a function. Animal keychains, for example, are cute and fun, but not very useful. A scarf or scrunchie, on the other hand, is practical and multifunctional. That's why I think it's the kind of item that should always be in your bag. I'd say every woman should carry a little kit with a scarf and a scrunchie inside her bag for that moment. When you need to tie your hair up, or want to add a cute touch to your neck, or even when you forget to wear a necklace and want to draw attention to your face or collarbone, just tie on a scarf. Forgot a hair tie? You've got your scrunchie. In fact, I think using a scarf is brilliant. For example, my mom used to tie a scarf tightly to her suitcase every time she traveled. It made it easier to spot her luggage and harder for someone to mistake it as theirs. And the same goes for your purse. If you're someone who tends to forget your bag, tie a brightly colored scarf to it. That way, if you walk off without it, the missing splash of color will immediately remind you something's not right. So I think scarves first, and then scrunchies, are essentials that shouldn't be missing from your wardrobe. And speaking of elegant items like scarves, you also need to know which pieces make you look instantly rich. You know those items that, once you wear them, just scream wealth and sophistication? Want to find out what they are? Just click on the video that's popping up on your screen. I'll see you there.